Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We back. Had to take a little break. I told y'all earlier I went to go eat. Was hungry like a motherfucker. I ate good. I got my coffee, my second cup. I'm a little bit addicted, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. And yeah, we're gonna talk some more boxing. I had a couple more things I want to talk about in the earlier stream, but I took a break. So yeah. So let's get into it. In about a month, we got Ryan and Haney. You know, y'all been following that. Y'all know that shit been looking crazy for Ryan. I don't know what the fuck good with him. I don't know if he's doing shit on purpose. I don't know if he isn't. Um, it sucks because I don't want the fight to get canceled. I would hate that. You know what I mean? My bad. That's my nephew going crazy. Yeah, I would hate for that fight to get canceled. I mean, even though it's looking like it. So yeah, it's a lot going on with Ryan. He on Twitter, posting video after video, talking about conspiracies and all that shit. And I mean, it gets to a point where you can sell the fight, but it is the right way and the wrong way to do it. You know what I mean? Uh, Sell the fight, of course, sell the fight. Do what you gotta do. Keep the buzz up for the fight. But if he is trolling, which I hope he is, if he is trolling, it's it's to a point where it's whack. You know what I mean? Ain't no reason to do all that. When you talking about some other shit, you know what I mean, with conspiracies and all that other shit. Man, listen. Even if everything that he's saying is real, right? We don't really care. People don't really care. No, a regular motherfucker like me, we don't care about none of that. We here to watch y'all fight. We here to watch. This is boxing. It's a sport. We don't really care about conspiracy this, conspiracy that. Like I said, even if it's real, that we to the point in life where a conspiracy could be real, it could be accurate, you know, and we just don't give a fuck no more. We just don't. I mean, everybody, everybody in life doing their own thing. I mean, don't nobody want to get into none of that. We here to watch boxing, promote the fight, talk shit about Haney, talk shit about Bill. I mean, it is what it is, but you're doing all this extra shit, and then if he isn't trolling, it's even worse because he really got mental problems and he really talking about all that other shit, which is not helping him. It's like, why you got a fight lined up? Why you signed the contract and you talking all this other bullshit for what? For that, go make a podcast and start exposing everything you know, but keep that shit out of boxing because we really don't really care. All that other shit is nonsense. At this point, you know, Ryan has a lot of haters. A lot of people hate on him because he came up with Instagram, he came up with YouTube. You know what I mean? So people look at him more as a YouTuber than a boxer. You know what I mean? And now he's just making it worse. Now people don't even want to see him in the sport. I don't even want to see him in the sport because of all the extra shit he's doing. And so, and then it'll suck because I want to see the fight, but then if it gets canceled, don't nobody want to see Haney with Barbosa. You know what I mean? Barbosa, he cool, but nobody want to see that. You know what I mean? Uh, so in the end, the fans are the ones that always end up losing. Of course, you know what I mean. The boxers train, they train, and if the fight gets canceled, you know what I mean. It sucks for them too, obviously, because they working harder. They in the gym putting in the rounds, you know what I mean. So of course, it sucks for them too. But at the end of the day, if this fight if this fight gets canceled, it's it's gonna be a bummer because it's a good fight. You know what I mean, even though it's an easy fight to predict, but it's still a good fight. You know what I mean, uh, with the history between them two. Coming up in amateurs, they both beat each other 3 times each. You know what I mean? This would be the 7th time they fight. So there's some history there. Ryan's a big name. Haney's a big name. So obviously it's a good fight. But if it gets canceled, it'll you know what I mean? It'll hurt us the fans. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I just don't think Ryan. If he's not right for this fight, of course he shouldn't fight. But like I said, like if he's just trolling and he's just trying to sell the fight, then I want to see him fight and I want to see him get beat the fuck up, and then I want him to get out the sport. I mean, because mental health problems or not, he's doing some dumb shit. Don't nobody want to see him do that. Don't nobody care about all that other shit he talking about, conspiracies and all that shit. Man, we don't really care about that. It sucks to say, cause like I say, even if the conspiracies are true, we really just don't care. People just don't really care right now. We, like I said, take that shit somewhere else outside of boxing. Make a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Do something else. Go outside with it, but keep boxing and boxing. Don't bring nothing else into boxing. All that extra shit. You know what I mean? It's pointless. 'Cause now we looking at you like a goofy. Even if you're trolling, you looking like a goofy. And then if you're not trolling, that's even worse. You definitely shouldn't be in the sport if you're not trolling. So it sucks, man, because I think like I said, it's getting to a point where they might cancel it, and then we the ones that gonna be asked out with no fight. Then Devin got to fight Barbosa, which nobody really wants to see. Maybe some Barbosa fans, you know what I mean, that they'll get happy, but nobody wants to see Barbosa. I mean, so it sucks, man. It sucks because we're barely a month out. You know what I mean? We're barely a month out, and I mean a month will go like that. And like I said, it's an exciting fight, but if this year's canceled, it'll be. I won't say it'll be for no reason, but it'll just be for a stupid reason. Again, Ryan just, I don't know, man. He's just doing some dumb shit. So that's that, man. I hope the fight still goes on. I really hope he's just trolling with all this stuff, and I hope the fight happens. And if it does happen, hopefully Ryan will retire from boxing after that, because we don't want to see him in the sport no more. We don't want that diva type of shit in this sport. That shit is whack. And he's not a boxer. He was never a boxer. Like Ryan don't have no real skills, no real applicable skills in the ring. So that's another thing. He's not even. It's surprising how some guys and make it to professional boxing. It's so surprising because it's a couple guys that you look at them, you watch them fight, and you just think, how have they gotten to this level? How? Usually every fighter, I mean, when you're starting out pro, you're fighting bums, which is that's normal. Obviously, that's nothing wrong with that. That's just part of the game. But you get to a level where Ryan is, and it's like, okay, I get it. You came up on YouTube, you got the followers and all that. I get it. You're a star. But how have you gotten this far in the sport of boxing when you have no real skills? Because he doesn't have real skills. Now, one thing I will respect him for is the Campo fight. Because the Campo fight, he got dropped and he came back and he stopped Campo. That's the only fight I can really give him respect for. Other than that, and Campo wasn't even all that either. So it gets to like I said, like you look at some of these guys in boxing, and you think, how have they gone this far when they don't have real skills? Ryan, best thing he got is what, speed, fast as hands, probably the fastest hands in boxing. You know what I mean? But what else? What else he got? He ain't got footwork. He doesn't have the IQ. He doesn't even know how to jab right. It's that's all he got, speed. In this game, you can't just have one thing. You can't just be good at one thing in boxing to be at the top. You just can't. That's just how it is. So, like I said, my final thoughts on this. I hope it doesn't get canceled. I hope I hope Ryan is trolling. I hope none of that shit is, what I mean, real. I hope he's just trolling, and I hope the fight happens. Cause if it does happen, I can't wait for Devin to beat the shit out of him. Cause we know Devin. He don't really go for knockouts for stoppages. Like with Regis, he could have probably stopped him. He could have probably stopped Regis if he wanted to. But he chose to go the safe route, which is cool. I mean, he got the job done. He dominated every round. He didn't lose a round. I mean, he dropped him twice. So I mean, it is what it is. But for me, it'll be more than enough for him just to outbox him. You know what I mean? If he can do what he did to Regis to Ryan, I'll be more than content with that. Because Ryan really hasn't. He hasn't learned from the Campo fight. He hasn't learned from the Tank fight. So eventually he's gonna get into it with somebody that's gonna knock his ass out. Sleep code. You know what I mean? So I hope the fight happens, and that's what I got on that. Now in other news, let me see what I got here on my notes. So I seen this. The WBC president Mauricio Suleiman says he wants to try a new judging system with 6 judges for Fury and Usyk. Now, I don't know how that would work. 6 judges, 'cause usually it's 3. I don't know what 6 judges would change. I mean, I don't see what's the. I can't understand his motive for why he would want to do that. I don't know. But why you want to add 3 more judges? I don't see the purpose in that. Maybe I just can't see it. I don't know, but I don't see the purpose in that. If I don't see no reason why he would need to do that. Why you want 3 more judges? The fight's gonna go how it's gonna go regardless. Usually all the judges are. Of course, there's some fights where judges, they'll score differently. Obviously it happens all the time, but most fights the judges get the fights right. You know what I mean? So I just don't see why having three judges would do anything. But I'm gonna move on from that because I don't really have I don't know what his motive is for that. So um, all right, so AJ and Ngannou, that was shout out to AJ, hell of a good fight. Coffee and cold. Shout out to AJ, shout out to Ngannou. I mean, he took his L like a man. That's what. And listen, man, I can't lie. I After Fury and Ngannou, I had Ngannou winning. I had Ngannou beating AJ based off um, just based off how AJ, because I mean he fought like three times in like 11 months, which is good. I mean, all power to him. He's keeping active, and he's been doing his thing. But I guess with Fury, and I just like I said, I was a prisoner of the moment. I was on the Ngannou hype train, and I really thought he could beat him. I mean, he could beat him for sure. Anything could happen, but I really thought he would. And I mean, I was proven wrong. And that's shame on me for going against boxing. You know what I mean? When I box myself, but shout out to AJ. I mean, shit, got him out of there in 2 rounds. He did what Fury couldn't do. Um, and I mean, all that's you gotta give all the respect to AJ because he had a lot of doubters, me included, and his comeback has been good, man. AJ's on a comeback right now, and he proved a lot of people wrong. And I think right now he's climbing back up. And I think if he fights Wilder, he'll be Wilder. I think if he fights Fury, he can beat Fury. Now it'll be Fury will probably be his toughest fight because Fury can actually box, plus the height and the weight. Fury likes to get on top of you, and he'll get you on the ropes, put his weight on you, get you tired. He'll box you from the outside. He's tall, long arms. So uh, it'll be tough, but I think based off how his last 4 fights have been, and the fact that he's fought 4 times in 11 months, I think he's coming out, he's on up and up again, and and I definitely think he got a chance of becoming champion again for sure. And if he does, you're gonna have to solidify him as one of the greatest for sure, because he done failed, he done lost, won again, then lost again. He had his little mental thing when he lost to Usyk. Throwing the belts in the trash, all that type of shit. He been through it. So now I'm back on the AJ hype train. He's he's earned it. He's earned it. Like I said, he fought 4 times in 11 months, and he's looked good in all those fights. He knocked out Hellenius. Who was after that? I forgot who was after that, but then he fought Otto, stopped him, and then he just fought Ngannou, knocked him out. So shout out to Agent, man. He's doing his thing and proved me wrong for sure. And I can't wait to see him. Now the only thing with AJ right now is the rematch clause. So AJ's gonna be a while before he even gets to fight the winner of those two. So he got to stay busy. So I would say a good matchup for him. There's a heavyweight that's he's like number one, or he's coming up. Not number one, but he's like next in line with the heavyweights. I think Orgovich, something like that. I gotta find a name, but he's got to stay busy. He's fought 4 times, like I said, in 11 months. I think he should keep that activity going. He's got Horgovich. He's got Wilder. I think it's about time to make that AJ and Wilder fight. It's been long brewing, and if I was Wilder, I would just take it, get one last payday, get a nice fat check, and retire. You know what I mean? Well, I was gonna say pass his torch, but he ain't got no torch to pass, especially after how he looked with Parker. So, and then you can't really put AJ and Parker because they already fought, and then that fight wasn't really. I think it went the distance, so that wouldn't really be an interesting fight. So you gotta stay busy. Now I would say either Ergovich or Wilder. Definitely be two good fights. You could get those two fights while Fury and Usyk bang it out and they get the rematch on. Because it'll definitely be a while before AJ gets a shot at the winner of those two. All right, so we got also Canelo and Munguia. Now, what can I say? I mean, Canelo, he ain't looking too good right now, and it's not because it's Munguia. It's because he said his next opponent will be American, and he's also said before that he's not gonna fight Mexicans because he represents Mexico. So the contradiction is playing in our face. He's just slapping us with contradictions right now. You know what I mean? And Munguia, he's alright. You know what I mean? I can't really say much else. He's alright. I mean, he's a good boxer. He throws a lot of punches. You know, he's definitely a tough fighter to go up against for sure. With anybody, he'll give anybody a tough fight, but he hasn't really fought any top guys, and he's got like 40 something fights. You know, they say he's got the most. How to say it? His record is the most padded record. Cause like I said, they've been putting him for bums. They've been putting him up with bums for a while now. Like I said, he's got 40 something fights, undefeated, but he ain't got no big names. One of the biggest names he got was Rosado, Gabe Rosado. But Gabe was already old, and going into the fight, you could tell Gabe was just there for the check. You know what I mean? He now Gabe ain't no quitter now. You feel me? Like Gabe went in there, gave him a good fight. He took a lot of punishment, and he made it to the last bell. But I was watching that fight. Before the fight even happened, I already knew. You know what I mean? It was just stay busy fight for Munguia, a stay busy fight for Gabe. Gabe, you could tell he knew he was gonna lose. He knew he was gonna lose. If you knew Gabe, you knew he's older now. He's kind of worn out. He's been in a lot of tough fights, a lot of blood. I mean, he's been knocked down before, so you kind of knew, what was gonna happen in that fight. But shout out to Gabe because he's a tough fighter, Puerto Rican. Shout out my Puerto Ricans. But besides that, there's really no more. I mean, there might be a couple more notable fighters that he's fought, he's beat, but he's not really for the 40 something fights that he got. He's not. He's not. He's not where he should be. He should be a champion. He should. So, but it'll still be a good fight. Hopefully, he's not selling himself and giving the fight to Canelo. Hopefully he didn't get paid to lose. Hopefully he's getting in there and trying to win. I mean, bang it out. Because it'll definitely suck if Canelo goes in there and just washes him. Because then you'll know for sure he got paid to lose. You know what I mean? And that fight is a little less than 2 months away. So it'll be a Mayo de Cinco weekend, May 4th. That's Canelo's thing. But yeah, I mean, contradiction after contradiction with Canelo, man. He said not fighting no Mexicans, and then he said that his next fighter was gonna be a American. I don't know why he said that. Maybe he had some. Maybe he had a fighter lined up that was American. Maybe that didn't pan out. Maybe. No. You can give him the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? But he knows who we want to see. Is either Benavidez or Crawford. No, even if it was Charlo, you know what I mean? It would have still been alright. Even if it was more. Even if it was more Charlo, you know what I mean? That would have been better than Munguia. Based off just the names and, Charlo's been calling Canelo out all these years. Even that would have been better. But Munguia, it's like, it's another fight that we don't want to see. That you're not going to get respect for, even if you win. You know what I mean? And I don't think fighters realize. I mean, listen, everybody has different motives for boxing. You know what I mean? I'm sure when everybody starts boxing, they want to be champion, they want to be Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? We all have that dream, but I think these fighters make so much money that they get to a point that the legacy doesn't matter anymore. Maybe it doesn't matter as much. And I think Canelo right now, hopefully he proves me wrong, but I think right now he's at a point where he don't care about legacy. It's just about the money. You know, like he's not doing anything good by starving out Benavidez. Because if he fights him, Benavidez is gonna be better. If he doesn't fight him, that's gonna hurt his legacy. So Canelo got tightened up, man. He got just pass the torch. You know what I mean? Drop the belts. If you don't want to fight Benavidez, then drop the belts. You know what I mean? Vacate the belts. Let the other guys in the division fight for him. You know what I mean? And you can still do fights. Canelo don't need belts. His name is a belt. You know what I mean? His name makes them belts now. So he don't need them belts. He can make big fights without them. You know what I mean? So, I mean, how long has Canelo been undisputed? What, a couple of years now? And all these years, Benavidez been chasing his ass. I mean, look, it's got to the point where Benavidez is moving up now. He got to fight. Well, in June, he moved up. Like, goddamn, like why? he done ran him out. He waited him out the division. Watch, like, Canelo's legacy, yeah, man. There's a reason why like Chavez and Marquez don't respect Canelo. Margarito too, even though Margarito, he did his thing, but you know, there's a reason why those Mexican fighters don't respect Canelo, and it's because of that. Because he's not fighting the best. And he's at a point right now where he can fight anybody. I'm pretty sure if he wanted to fight Tank, he could fight Tank. I know the weight. I know there's a difference in weight, but my point is he could fight whoever it is he wants. So, and we know that. So when you don't give the fans the fight that they want, the fight that should happen, because that fight is number one and number two. You know what I mean? It's not number one with number seven. It's number one and the champion, the king, with number two, the one that's right behind him. Just like Spencer Crawford, number one and number two. So I'm obviously I'm still watch. You know what I mean, I can talk all this shit about these fights, but I'm still watch. I'm definitely tuning in. Uh, we'll see. You never know. Canelo lost once. You know what I mean? Against Bevo, you never know who maybe lose against. You never know. Um, like I said, if Munguia doesn't give him a good fight, I think it's because he sold himself. So hopefully I'm wrong. All right, let's move on. We got um, Josh Taylor and Jack Catterall got postponed again. Um, I'm not really too familiar with Jack Catterall. I mean, I know uh, Josh beat him before, but I didn't even watch the fight, but I've heard that it was a robbery. It was a close fight, and Catterall should have won it. That's what I've heard before. So I'm not sure what was going on there, but that got postponed. So I'm not really gonna talk too much about that because I'm just not too informed on that. But on another note, we got Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. Now, I don't know what to feel about this. First of all, um, for me, it's a lose-lose for Jake Paul. Because if he beats Mike, people are just gonna say he's old, because he is. He's like 57. If he loses to Mike, that would be even worse. He got beat by a 57-year-old. Even if he was the heavyweight champion, even if it is Mike Tyson, he's 57. You're what, 26, 27 years old. So I don't see. I mean, I respect him for taking a fight, but at the same time, I don't. Because most likely, what I see in my mind happening is Jake Paul knocking Mike out. You know what I mean? Because say what you want, but Mike is 57 years old. He, I mean, the fight is in July, so I'm sure he's been training for a while. I mean, not for a while, but he's been training before the fight was announced. But still, Mike, like, why are you fighting a 57-year-old? He's almost twice your age. It's like I said, it's a lose-lose for Jake Paul. It's a lose-lose, and he wants to be considered the best. You're not gonna be considered the best or one of the best. Fighting these type of fights. His last fight was some bullshit. The fight before that was some bullshit. The fight before that with Nate Diaz was, I mean, credit to him, he beat him, but still some bullshit. Before that, well, it was Tommy, he lost. So it's Jake Paul not looking good, bro. You're not looking good. You gotta fight. You gotta fight, man. You gotta fight some real names. Stop being scared. You're already lost. So why not just go all in? Cause I was really I was on the hype train. I was on the Jake Paul hype train. I mean, I was fucking with him, but it gets to a point where you gotta get off. If you talk about it, you gotta be about it. And then, like I said in my last stream, this boxing is not a forgiving sport. Boxing is not a forgiving sport. We don't care, who you are, where you're from, how you came up. You gotta get in there, fight. That's that's the that's the sport. That's what you signed up for. Every time you sign a contract, that's what you sign up for. You sign in there to fight, and if you don't fight, the people that the fans want to see you fight, you're not gonna get the respect. And I'm sure he ain't doing it for the money, cause J. Paul Ben had money. So why you in the sport saying you want to be a champion, but you're not fighting champion like people? Because there's a lot of guys that are nobodies that could beat them. You know what I mean? There's a lot of professional boxers that people don't know that could beat them. So you you can't come into this boxing game scared to fight, because you're only gonna hurt your own legacy. You're not gonna be doing that. Like I said, you might make money, but what's money without respect? Maybe some people don't care about respect. Okay, that's fine. But most people most boxers, most fighters want respect. Most of us, yeah, of course, we want money too, but most of us want that legacy. Most of us want that respect. You know what I mean? So what? Why are you hindering your own legacy by fighting fucking Mike Tyson? For what? At 57 years old. It's That's a no no, bro. It's just it's not what you do in this sport, man. But those are the times we're living in, so it is what it is. Alright, what else we got? Alright, so Subriel Matias, shout out to him. Uh, he's supposed to be fighting. Well, first off, he left PBC, which is crazy because there's a couple. I think a couple fighters have already left PBC, which is a little weird. So he left PBC, signed with Matchroom, Eddie Hearn over there. Shout out to them. And supposedly his next fight is gonna be against Leon Pero. Was it July 5th or 6th? One of those two. And funny thing is, from what I've seen on Twitter, on the Twitterverse, on X, the fight is supposed to be in one of my hometowns in Puerto Rico, where I grew up at, where I lived in. So if that is true, that would be dope as hell. Um, in Manatí, Puerto Rico. But yeah, it's weird, what's going on with PBC. I know, I know Showtime just left them, and I think they'll be alright. I mean, they already got a contract with Amazon Prime. They already have a card with Amazon Prime, so I don't think PBC's done, the promotional company. But it is weird. I forgot who else left. Um, Mitchell Rivera left. He left PBC too. I don't know where he went, but who else? I know I'm missing somebody else. A couple more people that left. But yeah, I don't know what's going on over there. It is what it is. But I'm excited for that. Leon Perro, he's a pretty good name. He's amongst one of the top of the guys. At 140. So at least he's not fighting no tomato can. I mean, he is a good name. Hopefully Matias, gets those bigger names though. Haney, T.O. Um, I'm trying to think who else. Haney, Hitchens, Hitchinson. You know what I mean? Um, there's a couple good fights that could be made at that 140. So definitely excited for that fight. And yeah, that's that. Let me see. What else we got here? Um, but my computer acts so slow when I'm streaming. I hate that shit. Well, let's talk about Usyk and Fury. So I'm definitely a big Usyk fan for sure. You know he's undisputed at cruiserweight. You know he definitely earned his stripes for sure. Then went up to heavyweight, unified at heavyweight, which is you know even if he loses to Fury, you know he's Hall of Fame already. Just for what he did at cruiserweight undisputed, and then coming up. Um, but I'm a little worried because after Fury fought Ngannou, I think I think Fury is I think he's been going beast mode. You know he's put out a couple clips of him training. He looks slimmer, and you know a slim Fury is a dangerous man. And you know with Usyk being a little small, you know height wise, you know I think it's gonna be a tough fight for Usyk because he ain't gonna be able to knock out if he ain't knock out Joshua, he's not gonna be able to knock out Fury, especially him being that tall. I mean, I mean, never say never, right? But you never know. But I think right now Fury, he's I think he's training. You know, like he's on a comeback, because a lot of people had him losing with Ngannou, and even though he won the fight, a lot of people still say he lost. You know, he definitely didn't look like himself. He was twitchy. He was. It was some weird things that I saw in with Fury when he fought Ngannou. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna keep it to myself. What I think was that really happened, but it was some weird things, you know, especially with him being so twitchy and like anxious in there and moving his head a lot. Like, yeah, it was some weird stuff that I saw. And so yeah, but well, I think right now he's on a comeback. He's training like he lost that fight. You know, he definitely lost to the public opinion. So I'm sure people will be getting on his head about it. About it. So I think right now when Fury is coming, he's gonna be dangerous, and I'm a little worried for Usyk. You know what I mean? Just being that he's way smaller. You know, he's a foot smaller than him. You know what I mean? It's not like AG where he's a couple inches shorter than him. No, this motherfucker 6'9", and he's even if he did bad his last fight, he's still the best heavyweight right now. So yeah, man. Usyk definitely he's got a big task on his hands, tough task, and I think he'll give Fury a tough fight for sure. I'm definitely going for Usyk, but I think Fury will beat him. based off, like I said, height. Um, he got a chip on his shoulder with that last Ngannou fight, and let's not forget now that Fury is the best heavyweight. He is one of the best boxers ever. So yeah, that's that. Let me see what else I got. Let's see what else we got in here. Man, my Twitter not working. We got my phone real quick. I would do a what you gonna call it? Uh, a watch party for Zepeda and Hughes, but I need my laptop. I mean, no, I'm bugging. I mean, I can still watch it, but it shit probably gonna be laggy as fuck. My computer not built to be streaming two things at once. If you know what I mean. Let me see. Let me see if it even started. I think it did, cause I'm on different time zone. Oh shit, it's Bomac. Oh, Bomac in red over there. Oh shit, Bomac got another fighter over there. Damn. All right, I see. I see. Well, that's what I got for now. I'm gonna start watching the fights. Uh, Appreciate the couple y'all that tuned in. But I'm about to get out of here. I'll get back on stream tomorrow. Talk about the fights that I seen tonight and any other boxing news.